So today we're going to be working just 45 minutes of twisting and balancing, kind of as a combination. Okay, so yes, we're going to be twisting a lot, and when we twist, I want you to try to make sure you're leading with your belly and your sternum, that's your focus, rather than your arm and your head. Okay, we're going to start lying on our backs, and as we lie on our backs, have your feet about halfway towards the end of the mat, and take the mat width and let your knees drop towards each other. They don't need to touch, just dropping inwards, cactus your arms somewhere near you. Close your eyes and use this moment just to slow down. Let your breath be natural and have a little scan through your body. Notice any tightness, anywhere that you're unnecessarily holding onto. Perhaps take some slightly exaggerated inhales and exhales. Check in again from your extremities inwards. Notice any areas you're still holding on to and try and let go. Now let your legs slowly drop to the left and turn your head and chest slightly to the right. Now just move your right leg to the right, and when it almost can't go any further, let the left leg follow it. Knees down, head and chest turn to left. Now let the left leg lead, let the right leg be picked up, and just continue that left and right. It's a smooth movement, there's no stop and start. But one leg leads, the other leg automatically follows. When your knees come down on one side, your head should almost automatically turn to the other side. Take it once more each side. And then stop in the middle. Take your right ankle to the outer left knee, flex the foot. Not too forcefully, but draw your legs to the right. Let the right ankle push your left leg. Turn your head, chest slightly to the left. But don't be too forceful here. We're still early on. Come back to center. Take the right foot down. Take your left ankle to the outer right knee. Let the legs move to the left, look to the right. Again, your right glute will inevitably lift, but don't let it lift really far. And then bring yourself back in, take your hands to the individual knees, and just take your legs in some nice big circles. I say circles, not really circles. You're more just exploring the shape of your joint, which probably isn't a perfect circle. And go the other way. Hug the knees in. Draw head to knees as well. Just have a little rock, left and right. Then eventually come to a tabletop position. Come slightly backwards on the mat. Take your left hand to the top center line. Take the right arm under the left. Try and get your shoulder down on that center line. Now re-straighten the left arm back to the top center. Turn your belly, turn your chest, wiggle that shoulder underneath you a little bit more. Maybe stay there. Maybe straighten the left leg. Now normally I would ask you not to move your left hand here. I want you to keep it centered. But today,
because we're focusing on balancing while twisting, I want you to try and do whatever you need to do to let the left leg straighten, even if that means move the left hand. If you can, lift the left leg up. Again, even if that means you move that left hand significantly. But if you can, keep the hand at the top center, keep twisting, keep turning. You can do what you want with the foot. Breathe 3. Turning belly, turning chest for 2. Then on 1, release. Left hand down, push out. Take your right hand forward to the center line. Left arm under. Then wiggle that shoulder to the center line. Once you're there, turn a little bit more. Re-straighten the right arm. Again, if you can, leave it there for the next few variations. But move it as much as you need to straighten the right leg. And maybe to lift the right leg. Keep turning belly, chest, head, pelvis. And then release the knee down. Put the right hand down, unwind, come back to a tabletop position. While you're there, get a little bit of movement in the body. Maybe close your eyes and have a little bit of a freestyle. And stop in the middle. And as you inhale, lift the chest up and forwards, turn the biceps forwards, pull the shoulders down. And then ripple back through, chin to the chest, round the back, pull the belly in, turn the elbows out. As you inhale, turn the biceps forward, shoulders draw down, neck long. Exhale, ripple back through. Continue that. Take 4 more times. Build a rhythm that you intend to keep for the rest of class. That won't be exactly the same as my instruction, because I don't know your lung capacity, but you build a rhythm that you're going to stick to. Take it once more. And then curl your toes, bum to the heels. Easing into downward dog. Have a little walk out of the down dog. As you inhale, just come forwards to a plank. Stay there. For me today, find a little bit more lift in the chest. Not rounding the back. And move the right knee in the direction of the left elbow without lifting your bum. Without rounding back. Step back, left knee, right elbow, same thing. Doesn't need to touch. Step back, come to tiptoes. Lower your knees, hips, belly, chest. And then roll the shoulders back and down. Squeeze your elbows in. With your fingers, pull forwards. And then bum to the heels. Ease yourself into down dog. Walk your feet in just a little bit. In fact, enough to get your heels comfortably down, but no more than that. Bend the left leg. Take your left hand to the outer right leg. Turn your belly and chest to the right, but wrap your right armpit in. So that right shoulder is stable. You're not hanging out in the joint. Come back to center. Switching sides. Right knee bends, right hand near the left shin. Wrap that left armpit in as you turn belly and chest, not just head and eyes. Then back to center, walk your feet back. As you inhale, come forward to plank. Again, find that lift in chest, tip toes, knees down if you want, or knees lifted. Bend your arms to 90 degrees only. Don't go any lower. Come to up dog or cobra, shoulders back, neck long, whatever you're doing. And then bum to your heels. Easing into downward dog, lift the right leg to the sky without rotation. Inhale, draw right knee to right elbow, chest lifts. Back to sky. Draw right knee to left elbow, chest lifts. To sky. Right leg to top of mat, back knee down. Take your left hand to the center line. In fact, maybe even a little bit closer to the right big toe. Take the right hand to the belly. Turn your belly to the right. Take your right hand to the chest. Turn your chest to the right. But just look at your left arm. Chances are you're rolling your left shoulder in. Instead, pull your left shoulder blade down and turn the inner crease of elbow to thumb. Keep the right knee close. Look back up as you open the arm in line with the chest. Not to the back of the room, not behind you, just in line with chest. Curl the toes if you can, straighten the back leg. Be mindful of the left shoulder. Keep that back leg strong. Turn the belly button
towards that leg a little bit more. Looking up, turn the right palm to the front of the room. Now only for as long as you can keep the rotation and keep the arm straight, reach the arm up and over. Palm facing down, armpit turning inwards. But don't lose the rest of the twist. Feel your right glute drawing back, your left hip drawing forwards. And then take both hands to the floor, hands wide, step directly to plank. Tip toes, knees down if you want. Then bend the arms to 90 degrees. Then lengthen the spine, shoulders back. Then bum to heels. Easing into downward dog, left leg to sky. Left knee, left elbow, chest lifts. Back up. To right elbow, chest lifts. Back up. Top of the mat. Right hand closer to the left big toe. Same pattern. Use your hand to turn the belly button. Use your hand to guide the chest. Open arm in line with chest. Pull your right shoulder down away from the left knee as you turn the inner elbow to thumb, but no further. Straighten the back leg, keep that left knee close. And see if you can turn the belly button more, the chest more. Arm just in line with the chest. The more weight you put into the right arm, the more likely it is to collapse. So be mindful. Keep that rotation. Left glute feeling like it's drawing backwards for 2. Hands to the floor. Widen. Not down dog. See if you can step to plank. Tiptoes. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. No faster than this. And then back to down dog. Walk your feet slowly to the top of the mat. When you're there, grab your elbows, move yourself left and right, and back and forwards. And then bend your leg slightly. Take your left hand to the lower right leg. Take it to the outer leg. Bend left leg, straighten right leg. Turn your belly to the right, using your left arm to pull you. But don't move your body to the right. Keep your body centered, but turn it to the right. Turn belly button, chest, arm in line with chest. So your head and spine are still on the center line. You're twisting instead of leaning. And then come back to center. As you inhale, reach your arms back, lift up to halfway, look down. Little bend in the legs, weight in the center. Exhaling forward, take your right hand to the lower left leg. Straighten left leg, bend right knee. Hand to belly, turn chest. Again, you might need to lean back to the right. Open arm in line with chest. Not behind you, not randomly, but just in line with the chest. Build that skill of proprioception, of working out where your body is in space. And back to center. Inhaling halfway lift, same style. Exhaling fold down, feet a tiny bit closer. Inhale, reach arms to sky, palms together. Arms with ears, lengthen spine. Exhaling, take your hands down to floor. Inhale, lift up to halfway, arms back. Take your hands down, step your left leg back. Step the right leg back. Come forwards to the tiptoes. Bend your arms to 90 degrees. Lengthen the spine. And back to downward dog. Remember, you can adapt. Bend the knees, look forwards. Jump or step or float to the top of the mat. Inhaling half. Exhaling fold. Inhaling, reach arms to sky, lengthen evenly. Do the opposite of sticking your bum out as you exhale, take your hands to the floor. Inhaling half. Hands down, step the right leg back, right knee down, reach arms up, hands to heart. Take the right elbow to float, just above the left knee, not actually touching. Twist as deep as you can, without using a lever. Curl the toes, straighten the back leg. Really engage it, still twisting as much as you can. Now only now touch the leg, tip of the elbow, turn the belly, turn the chest. Draw that right hip a millimeter forward, draw that left hip back. Look up if you can, but just turning your head proportionally. Not looking behind you, but turning your head with the spine. Now look down. Listen first. In one motion, arms back, fly to warrior three. Control that. Bend the left leg. Step back to high lunge. Hands to the floor. Step to plank, tiptoes, chaturanga. Then lengthen, stay at your own breathing rhythm, back to down dog. Left leg steps straight back to the top of the mat. Back knee down, arms up. So we're still on the same side, hands to the heart. Right elbow straight to the knee. Then turn the chest a little bit further. Curl the toes. Immediately straighten the back leg. Now try not to let the left knee move in. Keep that left leg fighting the elbow. I want you to keep twisting. I want you to try and keep your body where it is, but very slowly start to explore straightening the left leg and let the left leg move away from the arm. So you're still twisting, back leg still strong. You might not straighten the leg fully, but you're moving leg away from arm, the upper body barely changing. Then look down, hands to the floor. In one motion, lift the back leg to standing split. Stay there. Glutes level. Lift millimeter by millimeter without rotating. And then feet together, big toes touch. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling, fold down. Inhaling, reach arms to sky, palms together, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, take your hands to floor. Inhaling, halfway lift. Hands down, step left leg back, left knee to floor. Inhale, reach arms up, hands to heart. Left elbow hovers above the knee. Knee doesn't move. Twist as deep as you can, curl the toes, straighten. Back leg still twisting but still not touching. Not leaning either. But then let the elbow touch and start to twist a little bit deeper. Back leg strong. Right hip drawing back. Look down. Concentrate. Arms back. Fly forwards. Warrior three. Bend right leg. Step back, high lunge. Hands to floor. Take a vinyasa. Meet back in downward dog. Take your time. Don't accelerate. Chaturanga, remember, is a pose, not a movement. Right leg to the sky. Step the right leg to the top of the mat. Back knee down. Inhale, lift up, low lunge, hands to heart. Elbow to the outer knee, curl the toes, straighten back leg, twist deeper. Keep all the twist you can, but let your knee start to move away from the elbow. Challenge for the balance. Don't look down if you can help it. Drawing that right hip back. But now look down. Hands to the floor, standing splits. Bum cheeks level, inner left leg away. Feet together, big toes touch. Inhaling, arms back, halfway. Exhaling, fold. Bend the knees, Utkatasana, come high first. Then sit in the chair without pushing the chair backwards. Exhaling, take your hands down to the floor. Inhaling half. Hands down, look forward, step, jump or float back. Take a vinyasa, treating every part of it as a pose. Eventually you meet back in down dog. Bend the knees. Step, jump, float to the top of the mat. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling, fold. Bend the knees, inhaling Utkatasana, stay there. Let the bum go low, let the chest lift higher. As you inhale, lift the heels. As you exhale, lower the heels. Try and do all of this without moving the head. Barely moving the bum, just up and down. Then stop when you're up. Turn your belly to the right. Turn the chest to the right. The left knee comes a tiny bit forwards, but not a lot. Then open your arms in line with the chest. And that is definitely not 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock. In line with where your chest is facing. Arms back up. Stand the tiptoes, turn belly to left, chest to left, open arms in line with chest. Breathe. 3, 2, 1, back up. Slowly lower your bum to heels. Slowly lower your bum to floor. Lift the feet. Take your left hand to the outer right foot. Turn your belly to the right, your chest to the right. Open the arm in line with the chest. Bring your left foot towards your bum but not touching the floor. And see if you can kick that right leg gradually forwards with the foot flexed. Maybe straightening it. Sitting as tall as you can. As you kick forwards rather than left. Come back to center, right hand outer left foot. Turn belly, turn chest. Open arm, flexing foot, right heel to bum. Chest turning. Come back to center. Come to low boat. Hover just off the floor. Feet apart. Flex them. Look up if you can. And then back up. Cross the ankles. Hands down. Step to a plank. Take your right hand a little bit forwards. And then roll to the outer right foot for side plank. So the ankle is in line with the wrist. You can have the knee down if you need. But make sure the shoulder is stable here. The bicep turning to thumb. Open arm up. Make sure you're in a plank rather than a banana shape. So control your midsection. Keep the hips more or less where they are. But then send your left arm under the right. Turn your chest to the floor. As you inhale, you open up. As you exhale, you turn and reach through, barely moving hips. Do that 3 more times. So trying to control what's happening in the lower body and try and make sure the twist is happening through the spine. Once you've done it 5 times one side, take it 5 times the other. Really controlling it. Of course, when you twist, your pelvis will move slightly. But what I don't want you to do is just turn the whole pelvis and hips to the floor. A little bit of rotation, but really minimize it. Once you've done that 5 times each side, meet back in down dog or child's pose. 3 more full inhales and exhales, then we'll get moving again. 2 more. And then make your way to downward dog. Take your feet together, big toes touch. Right leg to the sky. And step the right leg to the top of the mat. Open up to warrior 2, but as always for me, take your time to sort the pose out before you plunge into it. Control. Pull the belly in. Wake up that left thigh. Hips relatively level. Bending that leg to go deeper without leaning forwards, without turning forwards. Come back to the steady breath that you created in cat-cow. And then take your forearm to the inner thigh. Not on it, but touching inner thigh. Take your left hand to the chest, turn the chest up, engage your glutes and open up. So it's not about touching the floor. It's about your legs being strong and you rotating your upper body away from them. Your right arm pushing in to leg. Look down. Walk your left foot a little bit forwards. So a challenge today. Reach your right arm about 30 centimetres forwards. Bend the right leg a little bit more. Walk the left foot a little bit further. Make sure you're still turning your chest. Maybe stand the tiptoes on the left foot. Maybe you can lift that left leg without touching the floor. Still turning your chest, looking down just to help you balance. Right foot working super hard. You're still twisting away from the leg. Don't turn this into standing splits. Come back to warrior two. Hands to the floor, take a vinyasa. Ultimately, meet back in downward dog. You can modify and just ask that you don't move fast. Feet together, big toes touch, left leg to the sky. Left leg to the top of the mat as you open up to warrior two. Okay, give yourself a little bit of time to sort things out. Then start to go deeper down without plunging deeper forwards. Open the arms. Notice where your hips and chest are facing. I'd like them more or less to stay facing this way for the next few poses. Maybe that right hip has turned in just a little bit, but your chest is still facing the wall. The glutes are still turned on. Then orientate your forearm to touch the thigh. Turn the belly, turn the chest. Open arm in line with chest. Pause there. Front knee bent. Continue to rotate. Pull your belly button in. Then shuffle that right foot inwards. Left arm slightly forwards. Lean. Right foot a little bit further. Turn the chest. Maybe tiptoes. Maybe you can lift without touching floor. You can explore that. See where that takes you. Again, I recommend looking down solely because it's easier to balance. You can look up, of course, if everything else is eventually easy. Come back to warrior two. Take your hands to the top of the mat, step back to plank. Take a slow vinyasa and meet eventually in down dog. You might want a brick or something, a book, near the top of the mat now. Bend the knees, jump, step or float to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, fold down, Utkatasana. Bum low, chest high, hands to heart. Left elbow, right leg, take a twist. Bum a little bit lower. Twist a little bit further without leaning. Look down. See if you can lift your left foot towards your bum. A little flamingo. Then step it back and slightly to the left. Then re-establish the twist. Look down. Put your left hand, I'm going to recommend on the brick. In line with the right foot, but forwards a bit. Take the right hand to the belly, turn belly and chest. Open arm in line with chest. Twist as much as you can. Keep looking down, but then try and lift the left leg for a revolved half moon. Ideally, the brick is still in line with the foot. The left glute a little bit lower than the right glute pulling back. Inhaling Utkatasana. Hands to the heart. Right elbow, left knee, take a twist. Just moving straight to the side, pause there. Think about lifting chest to thumbs, not lowering thumbs to chest. Big difference. Look down for balance, lift the right foot up, step it back. Then re-establish the twist. Hopefully you held it and stepped, you didn't just swing it straight back. Okay, every movement controlled. Just a little bit deeper. Back leg strong. Feel left hip pulling back, right hip pulling forwards. But then look down. Take the right hand on the brick, line it up with your left foot. Take it forward, so about the length of your torso away, almost. Keep twisting, but keep looking down. Then gradually explore lifting that back leg for a variation of revolved half moon. I'd much prefer you to be here than trying to touch the floor. This, for me, gives you far more space to actually find rotation. Often when people are keen to touch the floor here, most of their twist is just their arm and head moving, barely any actual spinal twist. Nice. And then Utkatasana, arms up. Lift up to the tiptoes once again, lower your bum towards your heels. Take your right hand, I'm going to do the left side, I want you to do the right. So actually take your left hand to the outer right leg. Take your right hand near the bum and start to turn your belly and chest. But let the legs, if anything, push back. Maybe stay there. If you're genuinely in a really deep twist, then maybe take your elbow across, hands together, turn more. Okay, now if that's still easy and you're in a very, very, very deep twist, you might take the hands down and come into a side crunch. Not going too deep, but trying to stay head about the height of your bum, about the height of the elbows. Pause for 3, 2, then on 1, come back to center. Just pause for a second. Now the other side. So hands across, turn belly and chest. And again, only take it to the next layer if what you're currently doing is easy and you're in a deep twist. So just think, in a twisting pose, it sounds really obvious, but we need to remember it. In a twisting pose, only take the things that actually allow you to twist further with integrity and don't mean that you leave other parts of the body behind. If you're taking the arm balance, make sure that your base is chaturanga, which means your shoulders aren't dropping. It means that there should be a feeling that your chest is slightly lifting. And then back to center. Come to a seated position. Take your left leg under your right leg over as we move to cow face. So adapt as you need. Some of you might be here, you might have a foot on a brick, you might be able to get your knees to almost stack. Lift the chest up. But now today, let's be passive here. Let the spine just round. You can lean on something, you could take your elbows down. But a relatively gentle, well, it doesn't necessarily feel gentle, but you're not actively pulling forwards. It's more of a downward fold than a forward fold, which is the opposite of what I normally say. Ease yourself up. Now take your hands to the top leg, one near the knee, one near the bum, and turn your belly and chest. But let your leg push back into the hands. You might even take the elbow across, hands together, but the same thing applies. Let the leg push into the elbow. It's a final twist on this side. Arm / hands and leg fighting each other. Ease yourself up. Now let's switch your legs over. Other leg on top. You're probably not going to be symmetrical. And then take this passive forward fold. Back round slightly. You don't need to be touching the floor. Ease up. Again, start with the hands. Let your legs fight back, maybe develop it to the elbow. Turning belly, turning chest. Each side of the neck the same length, but you are turning, obviously. And bring yourself back out. Be mindful as you lift up and unwind. Come to lie on your back. Walk your feet towards you. Take your right ankle above the left knee. Draw the left leg in without using your hands initially. Keep the bum down. Encourage your right leg away. And then get your arms involved. Pulling the left leg in. Encouraging right leg away. Feet flexed. Arms working hard. Keep your breath steady. Keep the arms working. Again, if it's available, the right elbow is pushing upper right leg away. And then let's switch legs. Draw in. Left elbow pushing left leg. Arms working hard. Always try and move into these poses without using the hands, at least for the first few seconds. Release. Take the arms around the legs. Grab your ankles or calves. Keep the bum relatively flat. And then pull your knees towards the floor. And if your elbows are touching the inner legs, push out slightly. So this is my preference for Happy Baby. Not grabbing the feet for the sake of it, but working out the thing that actually allows you to find more depth and more openness. Draw the knees in, round the back, rock yourself left and right. Release the feet down, not too close. Hands to the side, and just a few times ripple up the spine, vertebra by vertebra, and exhale, ripple back down. Try not to treat it like you're thrusting up to the sky, but think more about an undulation through the spine. Moving vertebra by vertebra, keeping the feet the same width, keeping the knees the same width. Stop near the top, just a tiny bit higher. Engage inner legs. With your feet, create the feeling of pushing down and ripping the mat apart. And then release. Pause there. Bend the right leg, lift the right foot, just move the right leg in little circles. Straighten it, bend it. And then release that right leg to Shavasana. Same thing, left leg, move it in little circles. Move the left leg to Shavasana. Take your hands across the chest, grab the shoulders. Lift the head up, squeeze in. And then on your next big exhale, release down. Palms face up, eyes closed. Make sure you don't leave now. This is part of the practice. Let your fingers unfold, let your legs naturally turn out. Let your breath become steady. Pause there and just release. Release in every way you can. Let go of everything you can. Start by letting go of the body. That's pretty accessible. The other stuff might come in time. You'll be here for a minute. And then you have a choice to just turn me off and enjoy a few more minutes there. Or you can stay with me as we leave. If you're leaving with me, just take a few longer inhales and exhales. Hug your knees in, roll to the right hand side. Make your way to a seated position. And while you're there, inhale fully. Exhaling through the mouth slowly. Take that again, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Fold your palms. Thumbs to the forehead. Thank you for sharing your practice. Thank you, everyone.